Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Q&A with Ladyjade. The last one was so successful, I got a ton of questions. I've got them all right here, as a matter of fact. Nope, can't answer that one. Ixnay? Definitely not that one. You people are funny. So, we'll just skip right to the April Fool's Day surprise that I had for you. You know, you gotta love the onion. Let me read this. The headline is, Mexican drug lord officially thanks American lawmakers for keeping drugs illegal. Mexican drug lord. This is great. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Loera, reported head of the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico, ranked 701st on Forbes' yearly report of the wealthiest men alive. Worth an estimated $1 billion, today officially thanked United States politicians for making sure that drugs remain illegal. According to one of his closest confidants, he said, "I couldn't have gotten so stinking rich without George Bush Jr., Ronald Reagan, and even El Presidente Obama. None of them have the cojones to stand up to all the big money that wants to keep this stuff illegal. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say gracias amigos. I owe my whole empire to you." This is great. Yeah. So then it goes on. And then towards the end, this is another great quote. El Chapo is laughing all the way to the bank. Whoever came up with this whole war on drugs, one of his lieutenants reports, he said, "I would like to kiss him on the lips, mwah, shake his hand, and buy him dinner with caviar and champagne. The war on drugs is the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and the day they decide to end the war will be a sad one for me and all my closest friends. If you do not believe me, ask those guys whose heads showed up in the ice chests." Oh, that wasn't the Onion. April Fools, that was the Huffington Post. Real. That was real. Yeah, and that's the reality of the situation. The war on drugs does not keep drugs off the streets. It keeps El Chapo wealthy and happy and very fat and very pompous and very violent. And this is what a lot of us have been saying, even people who, you know, I do not use illegal drugs. Even people like us who you know, don't think it's a good idea to put those kinds of substance in your body. You don't have to be pro-drug to be against the drug war. I mean, anyone can see the violence that a black market creates. Even Lincoln, tyrant that he was, saw that prohibition laws were against everything to do with liberty. Yeah, I mean, enough said. Lincoln was not tyrant enough for prohibition, if that tells ya anything. Yeah, and he wasn't a big fan of states' rights either, was he? So, yeah, well, anyway. Yeah, drug war, bad. Freedom, good. So, my co-host is being really quiet tonight. Paco! He's got some really good treats tonight. He's got some apple juice in this little cup. Apple juice is his favorite thing. Come here, Paco. He's noshing on some dried fruit. And he's not very talkative. That's the thing, is if you want to keep Paco quiet, put some food in his beak. I guess that goes for most anybody. No, I won't say it. Anyway, thank you all for the comments on my head belt that I had last time. I'm glad you're noticing my accessories. Tonight's accessory is one of my favorite new things. It's a 5-ounce Swiss gold bar with a diamond set on a gold chain that I found at a pawn shop. Yeah, so I wear bullion around my neck. I think it's cool. Not every day. Don't get any ideas about robbing me on the subway or something. Anyway, news from DC is that the cherry blossoms are out and they're absolutely beautiful. I do not remember I was here this time last year, but I think what happened was there was some really bad storm that knocked all the blossoms off the trees, like before anyone could enjoy them. But this year they're absolutely amazing. So beautiful. Cherry blossoms. Yes. Oh, I know a question I can make up. Ignatius in Pottstown writes in, Dear Rachel, what's the most obnoxious law you can think of off the top of your head? Quick. You have 10 seconds. HR 875, which I lovingly, not so lovingly, call the Abolish the Farmers Market Act, which is heavily connected to Monsanto. Basically, it's a very obnoxious piece of pending legislation. It's not passed yet. That states that pretty much anyone who grows any kind of food, including like tomatoes in a garden, and transports them somewhere for sale, thereby is subjecting themselves to basically no more Fourth Amendment rights. Basically, the FDA, I believe it is, government officials can come in and search them randomly, unannounced, and it's really bad. And they have to submit soil samples and all kinds of, bureaucratic red tape. Basically, the point is, it would be pretty much the end of the farmer's market. Pretty much the end of the roadside stand. And I think, if there ever was a violation of the Ninth Amendment, this is it. The Ninth Amendment basically says that the Bill of Rights is not necessarily all of the rights that there are, it's just all of the ones we could think of. How are the Founding Fathers supposed to think, right to grow your own food? Yeah, we should put that down. That's like the right to breathe. Do they have to enumerate that for it to be so? No. So this is flat out unconstitutional based on the Fourth Amendment, based on the Ninth Amendment. It's just my opinion. Anyone who would have the gall to vote for this should be impeached for violating their oath of office. Absolutely. It's horrible. But of course, it's being touted as something that's going to help. All of the recent outbreaks and Salmonella and E. coli, it's supposed to help us with that. Of course, anytime the government tries to keep us safe and legislate in order to keep us safe, you got to worry. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to get back to my American Idol. Very important television. Bye.